Mazz's expert analysis.
Insufferable 90s Red Sox dork.
Mazz's hard-hitting question.
Do any of them have fun? Do any of them like what they do?
The caller bringing knowledge to the table.
I think Noah's Marchand drew it after hoisting that trophy above his head.
It's time to recap this 4-hour show in 4 minutes. It's the final word on Felger and Mazz on 98.5, The Sports Hub.
The final word is brought to you by Dragon Speech Recognition software from Nuance. Use Dragon to be more productive in the new year. You talk at Dragon Types. Learn more at GetDragon.com. The Bruins are in Montreal tonight. Their first matchup of the season with the Montreal Canadiens. And Jacques Martin, no longer there, Maz. Very sad day, as we will no longer get to see the guy up there. Well, end of last season it wasn't the case, but you start a new season, you're expecting to see him in his big years. It's just not the case.
No, I miss him.
It feels different this season.
I do. I miss him. I miss the years.
Different. We talked a little bit about that today.
Montreal sort of retooled a little bit. They changed their coach. They changed their GM. Got a couple rookies playing in there, a couple young guys.
Guy with the ears is gone.
The first overall pick, all right, your guy Jacques Martin, gone.
Ears.
You have any other comments on his ears, man?
No, just I'll miss him.
Maz loves talking about Jacques Martin's ears.
He's got giant ears. How can you miss those
Gigantic.
things? My gosh.
Huge.
It's like he can fly off the bench at any minute. Start flapping those
coaching
things.
The team up there.
Holy smokes.
They're pointed, too. They're a little bit pointy.
Oh, they're gigantic. How can you miss them?
Huge.
It's like he had two things of fried dough attached to the sides of his head.
Land a plane on those things.
Elephant ears. Okay, proceed.
No, that's what I wanted. I wanted that 1 minute. We're talking about Jacques Martin's ears.
No, he's like those things that you give your dog, like the pig ears, to chew on. Looks like one of those big things.
No, they look fake. They're so big they look
gigantic.
fake. Like part of a costume or something.
Big floppy ears.
They're huge. What's he doing now?
I don't know, but he's not there anymore.
Get his ear to the ground.
So
it's like he's wearing a couple of Frisbees, man.
Oh, my
God. With it being the first Bruins-Canadiens game of the year, there's no better time to break out this classic, this Felger and Mazz classic. Maybe get you excited for the game, remind you how much you hate the people of Montreal, something along those lines. This is from a couple of years ago after Zdeno Chara put Max Pacioretty into the stanchion.
I have no recollection
And we
of this.
talked to our fine friends up at CJAD in Montreal who wanted to talk about that particular incident. This was shortly thereafter, so we didn't know what the penalties would be, what the suspensions would be, etc. And this is how this went on a simulcast. 2 shows joining as one across international borders.
But what's calling a 911 number to arrest an opposing player other than Yahooism? It is the definition
You ever hear of frustration,
of
fellas? You ever hear of
Yahooism.
anger and bitterness?
Well, then call the league. Call the league.
Guys.
Call a sports talk radio show. What are you calling the cops? Are you nuts?
Time out in Boston, time out in Montreal. We're both going to take
I'm really
a break.
shocked there's no respect in the NHL. When this guy's calling us nuts on the air, I'm really shocked that there's no respect between players when they can't be respected.
Yahoos. I say nuts. I
We're
say
going to break.
Yahoos.
It's 4:15. Let's
I
get
heard already
traffic
nuts.
here and
I
help me
heard
get
that,
up. Barry,
believe me.
tone it down, and guys, we'll be right back.
Oh, that was fun.
We played at the buzzer.
Are they coming back to us? We're going to break. They're going to break. Then we come back. Love it. Round 2.
If you think Zdeno Chara's intent was to injure Pacioretty, I think you're wrong. I think you're out of your mind.
I absolutely think that's what his intent was.
They know where that is.
No question that was his intent. Sorry, guys. He absolutely meant to do it, no matter what you or Chara says.
Hey, hold on. I never said he didn't mean to. I think he meant to do it. I agree with you.
Right.
But then to arrest him, to have your fans call the
Was
cops.
he arrested? I must have missed
And
that.
say,
It's an investigation. Listen, guys, this is not about blue, blanc, rouge. It isn't about black and yellow.
Yes, it is.
It's about an act.
It's what it is up there.
It's about a league that is not taking the proper action, and it's turning us off the game, guys. And as fans in both cities, we ought to be more proactive on this and send a clear message to the league to get your act together.
Do you understand how hypocritical you are? You did not have this show December 27th when Max Pacioretty boarded
I'm having
Mark
it now.
Eaton because it's a Bruin and you're a Yahoo. The fans up there
I'm a Yahoo. You know what?
That's
it.
why
Hey,
you're
Matt,
doing it.
Cut him off because we can't reason with people. We can't have an intelligent conversation
There it
about
is.
this.
Because you got a name calling.
There it is.
Because it goes to name calling. Well, that's too bad because there's an awful lot at stake here.
Can you guys still
the
hear
game
us?
we love.
There it is.
The game that
They
means
turned
so
us
much
off.
passionately to the people in this city and that city.
Okay, enough.
Barry, go back and get...
They hung up on us. If calling the
that
cops...
was only a matter of time before that happened.
My favorite line in the whole thing is, "Oh, you got a name call."
And did you see how long it took Mazz to realize that they had hung up?
The best part, I
guys still hear us?
my phone. Mazz says, "Can they still hear us?"
Seems like we're disconnected.
Oh, you got a name call.
Intelligent conversation
There it
about
is.
this.
Because you got a name call, eh?
There it is.
Because it goes to name calling. Well, that's too bad because there's an awful lot at stake here.
Can you guys still
The
hear
game
us?
you love.
There it is.
The game that
They
means
turned
so
us
much
off.
passionately to the people in this city and that city.
Okay, enough.
Barry, go back and get...
They hung up on us. Hello. If calling
Well,
the
that
cops,
was only a matter of time before that happened.
oh, it's great.
It is much funnier 3 years later. It really, oh, you got a name call, eh? Like, they can't even...
Hey, Barry, tone it down. Tone it down, Barry.
They're so polite, they can't even get pissed off and sound mad.
We're
Oh,
ranting
you got a
and
name
raving.
call, eh?
They're
You're gonna
getting-
put the banana in my tailpipe, eh?
Getting offended by us calling them yahoos. It's not like I call them a mother bleeper or anything. I Yahoo.
Oh, that was excellent.
He's going to call me nuts.
I heard you say nuts.
Because that's a terrible thing. Say goodbye to Comcast quickly.
Goodbye, Comcast Sportsnet. We're back at it tomorrow at 2 p.m. I believe Mike Milbury will be joining us on the program. I believe. Don't hold me to that one, but we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Mazz, we're disconnected.
You know, I don't remember.
No kidding.
I don't remember the part at the end either. It was like, well,
Hey, go back and get...
They hung up on us.
those are the early.
If calling
Well,
the
that
cops,
was only a matter of time before that happened. These were the early days of my full-time exposure to you. It's like, oh boy, here we go.
if calling the
That
cops,
was only a matter of time before that happened. Boy, how many more of these are we gonna have?
That had happened shortly after the one with Pittsburgh that we did.
Oh, yes.
We hooked up with Pittsburgh, and they're yelling at us about the livability of the city in U.S. and world news reports and how they had them number one. They hung up on us, too. We're not very good at doing these simulcasts with other radio stations. It's always good to break that out. Let's wrap up this final word with a little bit more from Mazz, who this week, as we know, has been doing his Ray Lewis impression, has continued to do that throughout the NFL playoffs leading into the Super Bowl, now after the Super Bowl. And Mazz has kind of found his niche a little bit with these impressions that he's done. You do a lot of them. Do you realize that?
I apparently, from time to time, I will do an impression.
You do quite a few impressions.
I don't do a good person from the Bayou. I'll tell you that. No Cajun.
Let's have a listen.
Move over, Rich Little. There's a new master impressionist in town.
Even a fool is counted wise until he open he or she mouth.
Tony Maserati.
Oi!
Listen, as Tony Maserati, the man of 1,000 voices, transforms into a cavalcade of characters, like the Swiss Miss Girl, Alex Ovechkin,
In Russia, 3-3 is sign of devil.
Carly Rae Jepsen,
Here's my number, so call me maybe.
Steven Tyler,
Spank me like a baby.
and this guy.
Wham jam, Miss Alabama. Show me your doubloons.
Let master impressionist Tony Maserati take you back in time with his classic impression of Rip Van Winkle. And Snoopy at an empty supper dish. The man of 1,000 voices, Tony Maserati, weekdays on 98.5 The Sports Hub, or until someone tells him to stop.
I will not dignify that remark. Very clever, Hardy.
I think they're all good, Mazz. All right, stay tuned for some raging hotness here from Adam Jones. What do we got coming up?
Only a matter of time before that happened.
We're going to discuss this Bruins-Canadiens game tonight. With all the young players playing in a difficult building, the Bell Center, and specifically Tuukka Rask, how are they going to react with Montreal playing so well?
Very good. Give Adam a call, 617-779-0985. Pre-game starting at 7. They drop the puck at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Goshen Beer is standing by for that. We'll talk to you tomorrow, too, Mazz.
See you, Mike.